Con, we on?
Okay, Con. First and foremost. Alright, Shalom. I want to say Khan.
Allah Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the elect pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth.
This is the book. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
That's right, man. We're telling you, the Lord is speaking through his men, the elect. Lord Wilmer of the elect. But we're telling you that the Most High, by bringing the truth to you, is showing you love. But all that you
Hello.
all you jigs have to say is complain. Well, how come I'm not rich? You know, how come I'm still in the ghetto? How come I'm still living the life I'm living? Well, if you would just listen, you would know why you're in that position. And that's love, man, to not only to give you a reason or an answer as to why you're going through what you're going through, but to tell you that there's a better, but to tell you that you're going to get a reward in the end. That's not enough for you. That's not enough for you, Jakes, man. That's why 2/3 of you Israelites are going to be destroyed. Because you lack faith. That's why you don't listen. Actually, you also get
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you,
That's right.
and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit,
That's right.
and that your fruit should remain.
And that's what we're doing right now. Our apostles and elders, they did that, man. And the men that are still going hard in this truth are their fruit. And the fruit that they brought in and that are ordained was this truth.
That's right,
So
you know.
you can't just be like, you can't just pick up this book, start reading it, and try to study it and say that you're a man of the Lord. You know, the Lord has to open up your mind and actually give you the gift of faith to believe what you're reading.
That's right, huh? And it says, and ordained you that you should go forth and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whosoever shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
And that's the name of Yahweh, being who everybody ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who everybody also ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Again, acts in his name. Now you know that the people in the churches have something against that name, because as soon as you tell them to call him the name of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, or you tell them that Jesus Christ and God is not the proper name, they feel a certain way about it. After you've explained it, broken it down, and given them the proper name, they still feel a certain way about it. And they're still stubborn to it. But really, all they're doing is signing off on their own death. Because it doesn't matter how nice you are, if you're not following the laws according to the Most High, in truth and sincerity, you're going to be destroyed.
That's right.
It's as simple as it gets.
That's right.
I love your picture. A Leo. I'm a Leo myself, astrology. I'm the Leo lion. Very sweet.
This has to do with Israel, not astrology.
I understand that. But the thing is that if you want people to understand Israel, they're going to understand that lion first before they understand where that culture is coming from. You bet.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
So why do people say that the Most High has many names?
Yeah.
Why is it that the church allows the people of the congregations to call on whatever they want to call on? and yet they're telling with the same mouth that you shall be saved. If you repent and admit that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, you should be saved. But that same mouth could be saying Jehovah, Jesus Christ, Yahshua, Yahweh. They're confused, man. There's only one name that you can be saved under.
Yeah. Zechariah 14, verse 9. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day there shall be one Lord, and his name one. The book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words.
Yo, ye men of Israel, not ye the world,
Yeah.
but ye men of Israel, hear these words. So that message was directly to you Negroes, you Latinos, and you North American Indians. All right?
Yeah, exactly. And also the fact that it says whosoever, you got people thinking that it's including everybody. Whereas, for example, like if I bust in a room and I'm like, yo, everyone come with me. Does that include everyone in the world, or am I just pertaining to the people in that room, right? I'm only, talking about the people in that room. That's why I said whosoever, or, like I'm gonna come with me, right? So you got people who don't actually understand the setting at the time, or who the Lord was speaking to, man. Because those things are very important to the reason why He says such things. When the Lord said, for God so loved the world, right? When you read John chapter 3, verse 1, guess who he's talking about? The Israelites, man. Because you got people who say, oh, you know what? You guys only, are taking things out of context. But then they will read John 3:16 and then just say that that's everybody. Whereas if you read it in context, John 3 and 1 was talking about the Israelites, man.
Right.
So it's
Taking that out of context.
exactly. So it's very important to understand, the time and who the Lord was speaking to, and why did the Lord say such things, man? Because even within Israel, there's an elect that will be delivered. So it's even deeper than what you think, man. Right? Going back to Malachi chapter 1.
Finish,
John.
just go to 19.
I got you. So like, get back to
You know what? You can probably keep going down. Keep going back to Malachi.
back in the book of John chapter 15. I'll start from verse 16 again. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whosoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, He may give it you. These things I command you, that ye love one another.
So if you're constantly sinning from Monday all the way to Saturday and asking for forgiveness on Sunday, you're a fool to think that you'll be saved. One, for thinking that you can keep doing that, and the Most High, or they keep doing that and think that you can make the Most High a fool.
Yeah.
By sinning all through Monday to Sunday, Monday to Saturday, and then, I'm gonna get my forgiveness on Sunday. And two, you're asking for forgiveness from the fucking devil. You're asking in the name of Jesus Christ.
That's right, man. We're dealing with Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Jesus Christ is an idol that's created to push out white supremacy and white dominance over you Israelites, man. Okay, that's what that's all about. Okay? And it says, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hate you.
So us being hated and being looked at wrongly and being made fun of, losing your jobs, your women leaving you, your family rejecting you, all that was done to Yahushua before us. So it's a part of the cycle. And the scriptures say that.
I'm with you.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, I go to church every day.
Good.
Take care, right?
All right.
Every day.
Because the scriptures say that the servant is not greater than the master. So you have to understand that when you come into this truth and you start catching hell, well, you're meant to catch hell. It happened to Yahweh Shai on a worse scale, all right, than it's happening to you. Because if we all had the same pain that Yahweh Shai went through, Well, actually, we couldn't. That's why we don't. Or else all of us would be on the cross. But none of us could have went through what Yahushua went through. See, Yahushua went through the bulk of the pain already. We just have to serve our lot of the pain, our portion of the pain.
That's right, bro. I got a scripture right here. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 4. It says, For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
That's why we don't stop, man.
Yeah.
Because in the sight of men, the sight of the masses, it looks like that the Most High is doing us wrong. But when we come out here and we speak the truth, and we talk about our beliefs and our faith, and then they look at you, man. You barely make ends meet, and you keep talking about your faith in the Lord.
You guys have a job?
Yeah, you guys have a job. This is all you guys do. You know, you're always catching hell, man. How do you keep, why do you keep praising the Lord and keep pushing this truth? In the sight of men, we look to be punished. But our hope, what does it say again?
And it says, For though they be punished in the sight of men,
Right.
yet is their hope full of immortality.
So you can't kill hope, man. You can't kill faith. That's why it's a gift. You can't kill that. No matter what we go through, no matter how much hell we get, Lord willing, we'll be elect. We're gonna still keep pushing this word until the Most High says otherwise.
Verse 5, And having been a little chastised,
A little chastised. So that goes back to what I said before. Yahushua went through the bulk of the burden. We're just going through through our portion of it.
and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself.
That's right.
Greatly rewarded.
Man, it's the same thing Esau does to you. When you get a job, you're on a 3-month probation. You need to prove yourself to Esau before he keeps you on the roster.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's gonna fire you, man.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Most High. Like the scripture talks about wisdom and how she takes you in, beats the, you're talking about it, slaps you around, beats the shit out of you, and then she's nice to you because you've been proven.
Exactly, because a lot of people say, that the truth will set you free, not knowing that when you receive the truth, it's gonna pretty much slap you around, fix you up, right? And then it will set you free because then you will have the understanding.
That's right. 'Cause you have to understand when you first come into the truth, when the Most High gives you wisdom and knowledge of His Word, the man that you are coming in can't be the man coming out. You can't be the same man. Because all of us, before we came to this truth, before we came to the knowledge of the Most High, we were wicked as all hell. Committing all types of adultery, committing all types of wickedness.
That's right.
He was confused. What is that? This.
Oh,
Three books we got here,
yo.
Yeah.
And yo, thank you just worked out.
Babylon.
That's crazy. Yo, that's spirits, man. That's wicked spirits in the midst, man. That's crazy.
Yahushua needs to come back quick.
Anyways, Job chapter 5, verse 17. It says, Behold, happy is the man whom the Lord Yahweh correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
You know how Esau's wicked, man? Because back in the time of Abel and Cain, when Abel and Cain were required to give up sacrifices, Abel gave up the best of his sacrifice. Gave up the best of his sacrifice.
Yeah, like a meat offering, whereas Cain gave up fruits, as a sacrifice
You're right.
unto the Lord.
And the Most High.
So that's crazy.
I know another one. That's what I just said. Yeah.
Yo,
The spirit's heavy with these homosexuals.
man, that's wicked, man.
And you're supposed to have kids.
Yo, that's
and
the
put them in.
spirit.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. I was just about to say that.
You know what I mean? And then you're supposed to have kids, put them in the school system, tell them that this is wrong. They go to the school and they see what you say is wrong, that is getting praised.
Yeah, exactly.
See the level of confusion in this society?
Yeah, like, I recently just heard something, I think it was an article about a little boy at school who, pretty much said something about, I'm wearing a bra. and that the kid's mom said that there's nothing wrong for a boy to wear a bra. So they're all being pretty much what's it called? Built up. You know, their parents.
It comes from you women.
Yeah, you know, their parents are okay with that shit, man. I got them little kid boy talking about wearing a bra at school, okay, and then his mom is okay with it, you know, and backing him up with it. What the fuck is going on, man?
You know what's crazy, man? Israel be the heaviest with that shit, man. The homosexuality shit, and the transgender movement and all that. Israel's like the spearhead of all that, man. Why do you think the Most High needs to destroy you, man? Destroy you 2/3. You guys are not in your right minds.
Crazy.
Anyways, so sticking back and enjoying it too.
Going back to Job, it says, "Behold, happy is the man whom the Lord correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth and his hands make whole."
Right, man. You know, when you go through hell, you know that there's two things. One, you're going through it because the Most High knows you can handle it. He's not making a mistake by putting you into something you couldn't handle. Two, there's a reward in the end, man. So, for us to come out here consistently and push the word week in and week out, and then deal with all the hell and all the bullshit that we deal with during the week, yeah, best believe we know that there's a reward at the end of it. We're not fools. You know, Peter asked Yahushua, man, after all this, what are we going to get from doing all this? He said, well, you should be with me in the kingdom. Well, that's the same thing we're looking for, man. To be up there with Yahushua in the kingdom. In our right bodies, our right minds, our spiritual powers, our women in their right mind, our society in this right mind, and much more. Yeah, yes, something else to say. Here we go, yeah, here we go.
Say it, man, say it.
Let it out.
No, you're getting such a crowd.
You always have something to say.
The guy is bugged out. The guy is bugged out, but he has more shit to talk. No wonder why he's still at his state.
Yeah, come on.
No?
It's been what, 5 years? 5 years?
Yeah.
Still doing the same thing.
Yeah, every weekend he's here on Sunday. You know,
On
don't
time
you have
too.
something?
On time.
No, but man, it's just played up, man. You know, it doesn't bother us. You know, it doesn't bother us, man. Imagine what the Lord went through. You know, just recently, the bus out there in Dallas, you know, they had an Edomite that pulled out a gun at him, man. You know, yeah, you know, he pulled out a gun, you know, and then like, you know, he got arrested. You know, so the Lord delivered the brothers, like in that, like in that moment, but the brother that was speaking, you know, he had no fear at all, man. You know, he was cussing him up, you know,
As he had the gun up?
yeah, you know, and like it didn't got to a point where the brother, he didn't even know that the guy had a gun, like, you know, that's how he was in the spirit. Like in the spirit he was, whereas the other Achion, you know, they saw that the guy pulled out his gun, you know? Which, that guy was an Edomite, man, and he was vexed in the spirit, man, you know? And he was fucking, you know, and like, you know, he was screaming, you know, he was screaming loud, and, you know, you know, he cocked his gun, man, you know?
You know what's crazy too? That's that scripture, the angels around.
Yeah,
Around about us.
in the book of Psalms?
Yeah.
Like in the book of Psalms, you know, let's look and find out where you're at. Psalms 40 something.
Yeah, man, because most of will try us.
That's right, man.
Satan will be the first to try you right away.
That's right, man. Which goes to show that scenario, you know, that situation that happened was a test, you know, for the Achion to see if they were going to run away or, you know, if they were going to stand, you know, bold, strong, and that was the judgment for that Edomite, man.
All at the same time.
That's right, man. The book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Right?
That fear him.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine that brother thinking like, what do I have to fear of men?
Of men,
When I
exactly.
know the Lord, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Also, can you get Ezekiel 3 and 8 real quick?
Sure, man. to the book of Ezekiel. Book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 8. It says, "But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like the rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, an hand was set."
3 and 8.
Oh, Salakia.
Yeah, 3 and 8.
I was reading 2 and 8, Salakia. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 8. "Behold, I have made thy face strong against their face,
That's right.
and thy forehead strong against their foreheads."
That's right.
It says, as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Yeah, fear them not, man. And you know what's crazy too? He said, "I've made your head like a harder than flint." You know what's funny? We always get when we're up here speaking about our faith that we're extremely stubborn and we're extremely narrow-minded. The Most High made us like that, man. Of course we're stubborn, but we're stubborn for the truth.
That's right. That's right, man, because, we're not easily manipulated,
Yeah, man.
right?
Our faith doesn't blow with the wind.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not here to cater to you. We're not here to listen or to be taught. We're here to teach. So, when a professor at a university is teaching, okay, does he also learn from his students?
No,
fuck
yeah, fuck that.
You
Yeah.
know,
He gets taught by his own teacher.
Exactly,
He doesn't
and
learn from the students.
and when he's there, doing his thing, teaching, guess what? Everybody else shut the hell up, man.
Yeah.
Right? And they listen, and then he's the one that gives out the test.
That's right.
Not the other way around, or you know what? I think maybe Timothy, you're right. You're right
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
man.
Sam, why don't you come teach us for half an hour?
Yeah.
We'll switch off and on. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. There's a level to this thing, like Apostle Tahar says, man. There's there's a teacher and then there's the students, man. Okay. And it says back in St. John chapter 15, verse 17. It's like in verse 18. "If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore, the world hated you."
Plain and simple, man. All right. If you're facing a lot of opposition and a lot of hell and a lot of strife, guess what? You're doing something right. They say that in the world too. When you have haters, you're doing something right. Guess what? We got a whole world of them. We're definitely doing something right.
Yeah. And the scripture also says, "Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you," as so they did with the false prophets, roughly
Yeah.
paraphrasing.
Yeah.
So people spoke well of the false prophets, and destruction unto you when all men shall speak well of you. So meaning that if you don't get any haters, you're doing something wrong, man.
You're not telling the truth, man.
Yeah.
Everybody
that's-
knows the truth hurts.
Yeah.
So if you're always telling the truth and you're always hurting people,
Yeah.
they're gonna hate you for that, man.
It's simple.
So if you got a pastor who has no one who hates him, and his whole congregation speaks well of him, and he has a congregation of 50,000 people, guess what? He's a false prophet. He's not telling them the truth.
That's right. That's right. And it says, remember, verse 20, St. John chapter 15, verse 20. "Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord." That's what you said earlier. "If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also."
That's right. So that's double-sided. One, some of us will taste of death. Guess what? They killed him too. For some of us, when the apostles were speaking, right? When our apostles and elders were speaking, that on the other side, though, some of the people that they spoke to will listen. Hence us.
Yeah.
Hence the congregation of GMS.
Yeah.
So, man, in the end of the day, we don't have to convince you. We just speak because we know. the Lord told us that some will hate you when you speak, and some will listen to you. It's that simple.
That's right, man. You know, and the Lord will take care of His elect, man.
Yeah.
You know, just recently, like I just watched a video. You know, there's these, I'm a brothers. Like I forget exactly where they're located, but like it was hot out. You know, they were pushing the truth. You know, and the brother, like that was speaking, like he was thirsty. You know. And there's a random guy, who looked,
Yeah, you
right,
sent that video. You sent
right,
that video, yeah.
like a random guy who looked like an Edomite, with a beard, yo, and the guy said, he said, why did we give this to you?
That's crazy.
Yo, random guy, that they never saw ever before.
And he said the name of
Yeah,
the Lord.
who's like I even heard in the video.
Yeah, right.
The guy said, Yahweh Shai wanted me to give this to you, and gave the brother his favorite drink, man. Yo, that was his
Most
favorite
High,
drink,
bro.
and it
That's
was
Most
cold, So, that goes to show you that the Lord has His angels around, and they will look after the elect, man. Although the world will, always hate us, because,
And also, man, that builds up brother's faith, man.
yo,
To be
that
suffering
builds my
like that
faith.
as he's speaking, to keep
Yeah.
suffering as you're speaking, and then all of a sudden, Lord goes, all right, you suffered enough, bang, here's your reward.
Huh.
And it's his favorite drink on top of that.
That boosted my spirit, man. I was like,
beautiful, man.
like I got goosebumps,
yeah.
man, from watching that. And also, like a few years back, when the apostles were out there, and also, like a random guy, came, and said, the Most High told me to tell you, that he is very pleased,
pleased with
It's
your work.
Yeah, that the Most High told me to tell you that He's very pleased with your work, Yo, that right there, bro, boosts brother's spirit, man.
Absolutely, man.
Because
You never know how much left the brother has in the tank.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It was like, all right, dang,
and then now,
full tank.
full tank, ready to go again, because, we're in this flesh, we're weak, man, we need something to keep us going, and just, just like little things like that, even just seeing a chariot, that
time when we travel.
that boosts us Akim spirit, man,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it says, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not Him that sent me.
That's right. They don't know about Yahweh Shai, man. When we say the Son of the Lord, all the image, all that comes to people's minds is this man,
Yeah,
this devil right here,
yeah,
right? But when we say Yahweh Shai, they're like, what? What are you talking about? Who's that?
yeah,
Then you show them the image of Yahweh Shai, they look a little dumbfounded.
yeah.
Because guess what? Only a small, a 1% of Israel. So let's go 0.7% of the world know Yahweh Shai. If you're not including the wickedness of Esau, but they know Yahweh Shai. But only 0.1% of the world are really actually trying to serve Yahweh Shai to the best of their abilities. So that goes to show you how beautiful this really is precious, more precious than any fine gold, man. Because I know more than 100 million people who have gold. I don't know more than 100 million people who are serving Yahweh Shai. It's only 144,000 serving Yahweh Shai.
That's right, Abba. And it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin.
That makes sense, because guess what? Yahweh Shai, in simpler terms, he came and revamped the law. And if we're going to get deep, Yahweh Shai is the scriptures, and the scripture is the law. So So now that we're, we come out here like Yahushua did and the apostles did, and we speak the truth, and we give you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Guess what? The blood's off our hands.
Yeah.
You have no cloak for your sin no more.
Yeah. There's no excuse.
There's no excuse. So now when you reap what you sow, when you get judged, you're gonna be panicking like, what the fuck? I didn't deserve this. What did I do? You never told me that that I'm not allowed to eat pork, or that I'm not allowed to sleep with another man's woman. And guess what? The Most High is gonna give you remembrance.
Yeah.
And you're gonna remember when one of the brothers out here on the streets or on YouTube were speaking on that exact same topic that you're complaining about.
Yeah. And you had, pretty much like I'm a scoffed at it.
You scoffed at it. You had you have your own inner thoughts. You scoffed at it. You laughed at it. And now you're complaining because you're getting judged like a child.
Yeah. Like you made an excuse to continue to follow on your wicked path, man.
That's right.
Like you have a lot of Muslims who claim that they're strong believers, but then they're smoking, man. And you're like, yo, you can cut that off. Yo, that's within your will, right?
Yeah,
like, you know what I
that's
mean? Like, if you're living, on this side of the world where, like, you would have to pray 5 times a day or whatever, like, those are things that you might not be able to control, due to how the society is set up, right? Whereas, on the other side of the world, like the whole freaking country is pretty much, of that religion, so therefore they follow the path, of the book that they were given, right? But smoking is something that you can control, man. Okay? For example, with you so-called Christians, eating pork, you can choose not to go to the store and buy pork.
But you don't
Right?
choose to because you love that shit.
Exactly, man. So you can control those things, man. But, because like the brother said, you don't choose to because you love it, that's you pretty much scoffing, at the righteous men telling you that that's wicked, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. And you love your flesh more than you love the Most High. So you're feeding your flesh, meaning anything sinful, you're just feeding. It's a desire from the flesh. Because if you're of Israel, you're built to have a righteous spirit. But everything that you do that's wicked, you're feeding your flesh. And you're weakening your spirit, man. The stronger your flesh is, the more weak your spirit is.
It says, verse 23, He that hated me hated my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now that they have both seen and hated both me and my Father, but this cometh to pass.
Both me and my Father, but you have the Trinity.
Yeah, exactly. That that they're all one, like as in one entity, right? But this cometh to pass that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. No fault of Yahushua's. You hated him without a cause, man.
Right.
What reason do you have to hate us? You think about it. Well, all we're doing is telling you the truth. Yeah. What reason?
Literally. Exactly. That's the reason. So
Yeah,
therefore
come on.
you hate the truth. And you love wickedness, right? Verse 26. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me. And ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning. And that Comforter is Yahushua. Okay? Not, what's his name? Like I forget that his name. That goes to show you that he's irrelevant, man. No, like I forget his name. But, like it's not Yeshaya, but that goes to show you that guy is irrelevant, man.
Yeah, I can't.
Like if you can't even remember your name,
You are irrelevant.
That's right. Because you got a lot of people who say that the Comforter is Muhammad, and that Yahushua spoke of Muhammad's coming to comfort.
When? Where? Bitch, where? That's what they say, right?
Like, where?
Yeah, where?
Where? Man, you know what's crazy? In the Quran, Yahushua is spoken more than Muhammad. In the fucking book, man.
That's like a slap. And then most guys having fun with them. That's crazy.
Yeah. But that was it actually on that chapter, like all the way to verse 25. Malachi chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau,
That's right.
and laid his mountains and heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
That's right, man. So the Most High has favorites. But you Edomites and you Jakes have to say that the Most High loves everybody. But what happened? What happened to these Caucasians, man? You know where these Caucasians came from? Caucasus Mountains. And you know what the Lord says about them? That they're devils, man. That they're beneath. They're lower than the lowest. But yet you still think the Most High loves everybody?
That's right. And it says,
Hey,
I'm not one of these things. Do I have to do anything special?
it's a garment. It's a garment. You know.
Anybody can wear it. Oh, I got your work. Yeah.
Yeah, like like if you want to make it at home, you can, man. You know, like it's not that special, but well,
Hi, sir.
like
How
it
are
is.
you?
You know, but this is a custom where that you also had one time.
yeah.
You know, this is
People's right here.
this is something that you actually wore one time.
Back in the day, your ancestors wore these too.
Yeah, before the white man came here and destroyed everything.
Sell a fashion statement.
Sure. Yeah.
When I think of you guys,
Yeah, you can't even understand what they say sometimes.
Yeah, just like that one lady.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
about the statement about the lion, and
Yeah,
she just
like-
walked up. She just gave, her 2 cents and then dropped the mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as if she did something. Yeah. And it says, verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build in desolate places.
It's the desolate places that they built, man. And it's still desolate. Still shitty. Compared to the kingdom, you know how hard Esau has worked to build up his society or his kingdom to what it is now?
It's falling day by
falling.
day. Yeah. Like going like on a rampant pace.
Yeah.
Not even just slowly, but it's falling like.
I was on Instagram and I saw the video. There was like a sea of garbage. Like a sea of filth.
Yeah.
And this shit was actually like it had waves. Like it was moving like it was like in water.
That's crazy. Well, like I saw a picture of like like the atmosphere, like the ozone there, where like in what 1920 something, how the picture actually looked, and now today. Whereas then it was,
Clear.
I'm a clear. Whereas now a shit ton of trash everywhere. Just like around, just like around the circle of Earth. Esau, burn it, bro. What the fuck, man? It's simple. Burn that shit, bro. That's what you're supposed to do. If you got fucking trash, you burn it. You don't fucking put it in the sea where, the sea life,
It's
is,
deal with that shit.
deal the plastic and shit. And you don't gotta throw trash out in the atmosphere, man.
There's oil in there.
You fucked, man. Like, fuck.
That's why the air we breathe is contaminated. man. It's contaminated. Imagine if Jacob, Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac were living out here. They'd probably drop dead. I mean, they are here in reincarnation, but if
Yeah.
they came here
Like,
in their bodies that they had back then, they'd drop dead.
Yeah, exactly. Which goes to show you the level of the earth, and how it's been.
pollution.
Yeah, exactly. And how it's been degraded, man. Because like when you're born in something, the more I set it up where our body can adjust to the filthiness, man, and still be able to live, we're supposed to show that's the grace of the Most High.
I was just
Right?
gonna say that.
That's it, man.
Grace,
That's right. That's the only reason why we're alive is the grace of Yahweh Shema. But other than that, if the Lord just had it to be, okay, if you can't live in this, atmosphere, you would all be put to death, man.
We'll be dying.
That's right.
Dude, dropping like flies.
Yeah. That's right. And it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts Yahweh, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness,
right.
and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
The border of wickedness has turned into the whole damn world now.
Yeah, everywhere they go is wickedness because as
That's
soon
right.
as they touch anything, there's this movie actually, I forget what it was called, but they had this Edomite, and whatever he touches, actually, pretty much dies. Trees, like in the flower. Whatever he touches, pretty much, pretty much crumbles and dies. Which goes to show that Esau is wicked, man, and that whatever he taps into, he destroys and
Will
takes
corrupt.
away. Yeah, he actually corrupts what it actually normally is supposed to be.
That's what he's built to do, man.
Yeah,
That's what Esau's built to do.
the border of wickedness,
That's right.
right? Did you want me to continue on that?
Where are we at?
I'm about to read verse 5 now.
Yeah, give me verse 5 now. I'll have it set up. Yeah, give me verse 5.
Verse 5, and your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. And you said verse chapter 4, verse 1.
Yes.
Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts.
That's right. That day is going to be a day filled with not only ICBM nuclear missiles, but also with laser beams from chariots, man. From what chariots that you guys call UFOs, so-called UFOs. They're not unidentified, but they're identified. These chariots are going to have concentrated fire, and they're going to destroy everything. Every fucking thing, man. Even after the missiles, the 200,000 ICBM missiles that are going to be shot all across the world. Certain parts won't be touched, but in the main areas of wickedness, after all that is done, you're still going to have the UFO chariots, and UFOs and chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, and the angels destroying even more. That shows you how filthy this earth is. The Most High is going to have, 200 missiles be shot back and forth. And on top of that, still have Yahweh Shai and the chariots come and destroy more. Because all the fire, all that fire is a cleansing agent. Clean stuff up. When the dust settles, that's when we're going to have these Edomites and these other nations start rebuilding the kingdom.
Yeah.
The new kingdom.
I got a scripture. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Yeah.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss
That's right.
when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
These launching pads that the Pentagon has, different the main military bases of different nations, they have these launching pads. They shoot their nuclear missiles out of there, and they actually have GPS on there. So all you gotta do is type in the coordinates, and then the destination, and it'll hit it right on mark.
Yeah.
Just all through the Lord. So you guys, that's something that people look at you and scoff at and like snicker at, man. This guy's crazy. He's bugged out. Talking about missiles, being shot, flying back to and fro. Talking about, so-called UFOs shooting out laser beams and killing people. Damn right. Looks like it sounds like it's coming. Some might say it sounds like it's coming out of the movie. Well, it is coming. These guys did get it out of the movie. They got it from the scriptures. That's why it was in the movie in the first place.
And it said, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Because when these arrows are, getting shot, it actually goes, in the atmosphere, and then it comes back in the earth, and it hits its target, right? Which is all set up beautifully from the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Because this world is wicked, man. Okay, and this world gotta be put to, That's right, man. It got to be done away with, else this shit is gonna continue on, man. Whereas the brother who worked from Winnipeg, he just sent me an article, and the title of the article is going into how our transgenders are looking to have a superhero, man.
Well, let them pick up Bruce Jenner, whatever his name is.
Man, that's crazy.
Let him be their superhero. Fucking nasty ass,
That's crazy, man.
termite looking.
Transgender superhero. Yeah, it's like honestly.
It's just crazy how more just when you think it can't get any more wicked.
Yeah, honestly, man, like it's getting to a point where man, if the Lord doesn't come, bro, right away, bro, this shit is gonna kill us all.
Yeah, man.
Which what the scripture says, right? If it's not for the Lord's sake, that the Lord will I'm pretty much I'm shorten the days, then there shall no flesh be saved, man.
Sure. Well, you'll start seeing transgenders and homosexuals in all the cartoons.
Yeah.
And all the storybooks, Disney storybooks.
Well,
they'll start making movies, cartoon movies about it.
yeah, well, they have these, I'm a queers, actually at these schools or libraries reading to children, man. They actually have that, man. Like, a fucking man with a shit ton of makeup in a fucking dress reading to kids. And if you don't allow your kids, to go to those, you can actually get, you can get in trouble with the law. What the fuck, man? Yo, having a kid is a curse in this kingdom,
It really
man.
is, man. When you really break it down, is it really worth it? Is it really worth the hell that you got? If you're a righteous man, if you're wicked, you don't even give a shit. You're gonna have a kid. But if you're a righteous man, is it really worth it to have a kid? If you really break it down, are you really wanting to deal with all the hell that comes with that? Not to mention that your woman is not going to be for what you're thinking.
Yeah,
so you're not only fighting against the system, you're fighting against your woman.
Yeah. And then you don't always say, well, I had the baby in my tummy for 9 months.
Right.
Bitch, I had her in my goddamn nuts, since I was 12.
God, exactly. Before you were even in my life, that shit was riding and swimming in my nuts.
Yeah. What the hell are you talking about? I've been carrying her for 9 months. I've been carrying her for what?
Years, 20 years.
Bro. God damn it.
9 months.
God damn it. But yeah, man, that's a very valid point that you're not only gonna fight against the law, but your own goddamn woman that you're sleeping with, man, which is 100%, 120% with the law, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Which goes to show, man, that this battle is stronger than what you think.
Yeah, nothing's yours in this kingdom, man. Your women aren't yours
No.
when you get them. Your kids aren't yours when you have them.
Yeah.
Even your house is not yours when you have it.
No. If you don't own the land,
Yeah.
it's not yours.
And even when you own land, you gotta pay property taxes.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, bro. There's no
You don't
way around
own shit.
it. Yeah.
Some jigs don't even own themselves. Well, we don't own ourselves.
Yeah, we gotta go to work.
You don't even own yourself.
Yeah. Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consumeth the foundation of the earth.
That's right.
That's why the scripture said that the earth shall shake to and fro, right? The foundation of the earth is going to shake from those nuclear missiles, man.
So the Most High is not done. He's not done being angry. Yahushua is not done being angry, getting revenge until all of it has been destroyed.
It's just like as an arrow shot. So like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. You know?
I'm telling you, man, being on this God.
Shit.
Literally feel, I did there's some kind of weird thing about work, a life changer, and the computer system said that my body, just to give you an example where we live, I'm 24 right now, but my body feels like it's 48.
No.
Isn't that messed up? And I work out Monday to Friday. I eat as healthy as I can.
No.
And I'm still, my body, and I got it down 6 years. It was 56. So I got it down 8 years. In 3 months, I got it down, no, in 4 months, I got it down 8 years, and I rechecked again yesterday. I said I was 48. See? Yeah, there's no point. I might do one on you. I'll do one on you to show you what's going. It's crazy. My lung power, my lungs. I'm 24. My lungs breathe and push like they're 43.
Yo, man.
Isn't
Damn.
that crazy?
Yeah, that's why we're looking for immortality, man.
It's crazy.
Where we're gonna live healthy for the rest of our lives. Like, I mean, like the rest, like there's no end.
Yeah, there's no end.
You know?
I just laughed. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I look good.
what can you do, right? It's
Like,
like,
people might see me and like, oh man, you're in shape. I'm like, yeah, but you don't know the half of it.
hey, you know, like the scripture says that the inward man dies all the
That's
time.
all the
right?
time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
roughly paraphrasing.
There's nothing you can do. I look at those numbers. I'm like, well, Brock say how much I'm shy. I'm living.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yo, you know, the only thing is, you know, I pray to the Lord to keep me to do this truth. That's it. I don't care about anything else.
That's it.
You know, like if I gotta
I
go,
can be 300
whenever,
pounds and still
whatever.
do this truth.
That's right, man. You know, that's the only mission. That's the only goal because this is what's gonna give us everything that we want. This is the gateway, man.
Exactly.
Right? 2nd Ezra 16 verse 2. Gird up yourselves with cloths and sack and hairs. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you.
Who's gonna stop you, Howard Shine, man?
That's right.
Which one of you cutes are gonna stop you, Howard Shine?
Peon.
Hey, peon. Huh? Everybody's walking away all fast. Which one of you gonna stop you, Howard Shine?
That's right.
I'm not stopping them.
Yo, I want him to do
You
what
know
he
what I
wants
mean?
to do.
I'm
with it.
I'm with him.
Yeah, I'm with it.
And I know damn sure Esau's not stopping him, even though he believes he will.
That's right, man. Like, honestly, man, like, you gotta get into a mindset where you gotta think, man, you know, if I'm not of the elect, you know, the Lord gotta destroy me.
That's right.
You know, because you're actually contributing to the wickedness of this world.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And even, you know,
Yeah,
right? You know? And even when you don't have that mindset yet, you know, you gotta just hope that you're part of the elect, and that if you're not, you know, that the Lord gotta do what He gotta do, man.
That's right.
You know, you gotta say that now, man. Which goes to show you that that's you actually, you know, fearing Yahweh Shai and actually admitting that He is in control of everything, man. And that what you're saying is not coming from you, but from the Lord Yahweh Shai. Because what we say now, okay, it doesn't just apply to these people, but also us.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
that, you know, if we're, you know,
Starts when you say you'll start with us first.
exactly, you know, like things that we say, yo, if you're wicked and if you're not a part of the elect of 1/3, you will be put to death.
Yep.
You know, although we're saying that to these people, guess what? It also applies to us, man.
Absolutely.
You know. And it says, a sword is sent among you, upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plague are sent to you, and who is he that may drive them away?
That's right.
May any drive away an hungry lion in the wood?
I dare you to.
Damn.
I dare you to try to tell a lion to get out of here. Skirt, get out of here.
Yeah,
Hungry one too.
yeah. And it says, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire goeth forth from the wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beat into powder at his presence? Yo, that's that, the laser beast,
Yeah,
right?
come
It's
on.
literally gonna, pretty much, drive you away, or not drive you away, but, you know, like when that laser beam hits you, you're gonna turn into powder, man. Just dust, ashes, you know? That's it on that one, I believe.
Okay, con.
Oh, so like verse 12. The earth quake, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. You know, which, that could be twofold, because the seas also can, represent the masses of the people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Con.
That's right.
That's it on that?
Yeah, that was it on the...
Okay, with that, we're going to close up. And we're going to say
Kahala Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rokah Kudash.
And double honors for the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutation to your elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
And destined destruction to his wicked kingdom
Yeah.
and 2/3 of Israel and Esau.
That's right,
Shalom.
Shalom.